I think the simplest way I can put this is that people are sleeping on Garlash, and in recent news with Dakuda losing access to Venom Slash, people might finally be catching on to how good Garlash actually is. Okay then, we have quite a few sets to go over, so let's start off with the most standard Garlash being the setup attacker slash sweeper. We're running 200 speed TPs with a nimble personality to let us be as fast as possible, while the 200 melee attack TPs with a brawny personality will let us hit as hard as possible. The 12 energy TPs at level 50 will let us reach 250 energy, which will let us use 1 bulk up and 4 vicious snaps. And then we have 88 health TPs, which are leftovers. For the held item, we're going to be using power cuffs to give all of our moves a damage increase, but if you don't want to deal with your moves becoming more expensive, you can switch it out for a nuller offensive item like an essence or shell. Then for the ability, we're running Power Jaw, which will increase the strength of our biting moves by 50%, but it will also make them cost 10% more energy. And finally, for the moves, we're running Vicious Snap as our strongest stab option, Venom Slash and Vice Jaws are going to be our go-to coverage options, and then Bulk Up will let us set up to deal even more damage. Although there are some other options like Awkward Jaws, Mega Chomp, Chili Chomp, Primal Slash, or even Clay Slap. Okay then, hopping into the first battle, and dang, Garlash can hit the majority of this team really freaking hard. Okay then, let's go for the Ragoon lead. I would like to get some entry heads down, and that is a Terror Claw. Yo. Yo. Can I have that ability? I don't necessarily need Slick Shell on my Ragoon. It would be nice if it was tankier, but I just don't want you having it. Thanks, I'll take it. Okay, I don't think there's any point in setting up entry hazards here or losing my clutch plushie, so let's just get the heck out of there immediately into your snack. And hey, that is a vital jab. Love to see it. Now here I can go for Baffle. If the Terror Claw clicks Bulk Up, it is Stratosaur time. But no, they go for the withdrawal into Snagoop. Can't really go Garlash against Snagoop. It's gonna outspeed me, and obviously can hit me super effective. I guess I could go Stratosaur or Meditoad. Which one is better here? I would assume Meditoad. And I'm gonna click Slap Down, anticipating Tyrex switching, I think? Okay, it is a switch. It's into Terror Claw though. Dang, this Terror Claw is getting bullied. It lost its ability, and now it just lost its held item. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it ain't your day. It really ain't. Also, Lee actually locked themselves into Vital Jab, so I see why Lee switched out now. We can just go your snack, and hey, that means they don't have Bulk Up plan. Do they? They probably have an air-type move low, so I gotta be careful with my your snack, but no damage boost, I should be fine. I could actually stay in here and start clicking Heartbreak. I don't think it's worth it low. I would rather just get my Strauss on the field. Okay, Baneful Bash, glad I didn't poison. Kind of forgot I gave it to Terror Claw, to be honest, but that's fine. Now it's Stratosaur time. I'm going to just Soul Burst, I think. Do I want to Soul Burst? It would be nice to keep normal Stratosaur for the Baneful Bash and the Snagoop, but I don't really want to keep the normal form. I just want big damage here. So yeah, I'm just going to Soul Burst and go for Dissonant Chord. It is the Tyrex switch-in, which is fine. I'm going to get some damage on the Tyrex, and it should stick pretty well. Tyrex can't really heal itself that well, unless it's running a Health Amulet. But if it's like the Boots one, hey, that is great damage, it can't heal it whatsoever, and every little bit of chip is going to be great. And how much are we going to do? Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, Kept Awake. And his Health Amulet. Good to know. My Garlash will outspeed you greatly. But yeah, here is pretty obvious. I'm going to go back into your snack here. We can tank all of Tyrex's moves very well. And we can just go for Baffle. But hey, now that we know they have a Tyrex, this is also their Teardown user. I'm trying to think about the rest of their team. Maybe Snagoop has entry hazard removal, but yeah. It's mostly just this. So I think I can just try and get Ice Cold traps down to deter the Snagoop from switching in, I guess. Oh, they actually just stay in. Okay. Sure. There's a Baffle. I guess now I can go into Garlash, right? I might take a Thunder Chomp to the face, but I think I'm fine with that. I could also go for a Bulk Up, but with Snagoop on their team, they can just easily revenge kill me, so it feels like a waste. I'm just gonna go for big damage immediately. Okay, they do go for the withdrawal into Terra Claw. How much do we do? A good amount. It's not a lot, not an insane amount, but it's a pretty good amount. I kind of want to save your snack, to be honest. It's definitely better into the Tyrex than it is into the Terra Claw. So I'm gonna try and go Stratosaur here on the Parasitize. I think I quad resist this right, so practically no damage. We don't need to think about anything here, we're just doing the exact same play. Dissonant Chord, if Tyrex switches in, even though it has got Health Amulet, we're still doing some pretty good damage. And I'm actually not sure if Garlash can even one-shot the Tyrex, to be honest, so getting it as weak as possible, probably the best idea right now. So yep, right back into your snack to tank a potential incoming Thunder Chomp? Maybe? Vice Jaws? I mean, that's fine. That's completely fine. I feel like they're gonna do it again, so I kinda just want to switch into my Garlash so I can keep your snack around. Might be a mistake, but I think that might be the smart thing to do. Please don't click Thunder Chomp, that'll be so bad. Nice, we just get a free switch into Garlash. Basically, that critical hit load does freaking suck. We're just gonna click Vicious Snap here. I'm hoping I one-shot the Tyrex. I have Power Jaw, Power Cuff, Stab, super effective, but Tyrex is pretty bulky. I'm just hoping it goes down. They go for the withdrawal low. Into Chienta this time. I have actually got Vice Jaws to hit the Chienta for quad effective damage, but it's gonna outspeed us, so doesn't exactly work, you know. I just need to go Meditoad here. Okay, they go for Radiant Rush, completely fine. It'll do next to no damage to my Meditoad. I don't think Chienta is gonna stay in here. I think it's just Garlash again. Expecting Tyrex to switch back in. Okay, there's the withdraw into Tyrex. How's it going, Tyrex? Here's Garlash again. Yep, time to threading big damage. But yeah, that Tyrex is basically getting all of his health back. It ain't looking too good. I'm still hoping Garlash can one-shot Tyrex, but I really don't know. I'm just really praying it does. They switch out low into Terra Claw. This time, we attack again. I'm gonna go for Venom Chomp just so it doesn't cost me as much energy, but yeah, I will gladly get rid of the Terra Claw. Terra Claw being gone means I only really need your snack for the Tyrex switching now. Okay, Ikazune is here. How's it going? It's pretty obvious you're gonna go for Zip Zap, right? Really obvious. I just can't stop it at all. I don't have an Earth type and I didn't bring my Eliguana. So, I guess we're going Meditoad. Meditoad can take it the best, and then we can probably assume Tyrex is switching in. That's fine, though. Yep, it is Tyrex. I would love just to stay in, but obviously I can't do that. I could maybe predict an Earthquake low and go Stratosaur. Probably not worth it, but I could do it. I could also just hard switch Garlash into the battle. I should live in Earthquake a lot better than the last Vice Jaws, I believe. But your snack is just a safe play. Has Dragoon lost its okay, yeah, it has lost its ability Thief. I forgot I took Slick Shell. Slick Shell is really not that good for this battle, is it? Tyrex isn't useful. Chienta isn't useful. It's really just the Ikazune. That's no good. Yeah, let's just go your snack and see what happens, I guess. It's gonna be actually fun to chomp. Oh! Did they predict me predicting them to go for Earthquake so I get my Stratasaur in or my Garlash in? I guess, but because they did that, I think I might actually live a hit. I kind of want to go for Heartbreak here, to be honest, just to try and get damage on the Tyrex. Baffle probably is better, but I'm going to go for Heartbreak to try and get damage on the Tyrex. Again, I don't know if Garlash can one-shot Tyrex from full health, so the more damage I can do to it, probably the better. It's Nagu. Not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about this dude, but I'll take it. Oh. This is a range attacker. This is what I use Ragoon on. Okay, I use Ragoon on the Snagoop, Meditoad on the Ikazune, and we go from there. This is probably not gonna work, but hey, it's probably the only way to get Ragoon into the battle, right? Okay, they actually hurt themselves. Awesome. That is really, really good. And then here, I'm gonna go for Naligash. They go for Muck Blasts. Oh, Ragoon, you're pretty tanky. Not gonna lie, that is great. Naligash again, okay? Naligash again. They will outspeed me and hit me here. Oh, actually look for Perch. Okay, so maybe they do have entry hazard removal. But sure, there's another Naligash. I'm gonna do that again. I think I actually did a little bit more damage than they healed for, so yeah. I will let you try to energy stall me, it's fine. And that is Nagoop down. Okay, nice. Now the only thing that can outspeed my Garlash is Ikazu and Chienta. I forgot about this thing, damn it. Not gonna lie, I so forgot about this thing. Okay, Ragoon. It might be time for you to go, unfortunately. Okay, they go for Ice Hammer. Oh, okay. A little bit interesting. I guess they anticipated Meditoad switching again, which I guess makes sense. I want to go Meditoad here and Slap Down to remove a held item. If I can remove Ikazune's boots, I'm assuming, that would be great. And removing Tarx's health hamlet is also really good. Oh, they actually stay in. That is fine. Critical hit, not so much, but it's fine. I get some health back, so I'm still pretty good into Ikazune. And they should knock out the Chienta. It didn't knock it out. Are you kidding me, man? Really, man? Fine. I'll do it again. My Meditoad is pretty weak now, so that means I don't exactly have a great matchup into Ikazune anymore. That's really bad. If it comes down to it, I might need to save Meditoad and bring it in to try and revenge kill the Ikazune just by trying to remove this held item. If Ikazune loses its specialty boots, Garlash and Stratasaur outspeed it. Okay, because they clicked Thunder Chomp last time, I don't think they're going to click it this time. Got him. Stratasaur is in the battle for free, which is weird, but because Tarek is on the field, I can go for... Actually, what does more damage? I think Airstrike does more damage, right? I think Airstrike does slightly more damage. I can hit the Tyrex for a pretty good amount of damage, and Gala should finish it off. That also prevents them from switching in their Ikazune, otherwise that will go down. And if I one-shot the Tyrex, then I sacrifice my Eurosnack, I get Meditoad in, I slap down to remove the specialty boots, and then Garlash just wins. Also, they went for Earthquake. I guess I predicted a double switch, but nope, I ain't letting that happen. Dissonant Card? Okay, now it is definitely in range of Vicious Snap. There's Thunder Chomp. Got him. One-shots me. Critical hit wasn't necessary, but I think my plan is flawless, right? I go Garlash. I can click any move twice. We Vicious Snap to one-shot Tyrex. Ikazune couldn't switch in because it's quite effective, and there's no way that thing is living unless it's clutch plushie, which I doubt it. Last Loomian, okay? They can't switch, which means they can avoid the slapdown. So now we sacrifice the Ursnap. We actually get to see as well what move they lock themselves into. If it's an electric type move, Meditoad clears it. It does not take any damage from it. There's Zip Zap. Okay. Does that mean it doesn't have Thunderstrike then? Maybe? Oh, actually, I guess I don't need to sacrifice your snack. I can actually slap down here. Oh, it isn't specialty boots. Okay. It was clutch plushie. That still works. That still works. Well, because my Eurosnack is alive, I might as well try and go for Shadow Sprint for a little bit of damage. It's a Magnify Ikazune then. No, it can't be a Magnify because it has a Zip Zap. It's mixed! Okay, that's actually really cool. I can't lie. So, a little bit surprised this Ikazune wasn't Boots. To be honest, I was playing like it was this entire time, but my Garlash should outspeed it now. And that is a game. So yeah, I guess I didn't really need to rely on that plan. I could have just hit the Ikazune, taken it down to a clutch plushie, and then I could have prioritized it with your snack. But hey, it's fine. The plan was still flawless. Next up, let's check out the stall-breaking Garlash. We're running 200 speed TPs with a nimble personality to let us be as fast as possible, while the 200 melee attack TPs with a brawny personality will then let us hit as hard as possible. We don't really need any energy, so 4 TPs will do there, and then the 96 health TPs are going to be leftovers. For the held item, we're going to be using a health amulet to shrug off passive damage, and it also makes setting up a whole lot easier. But you could switch this out for an offensive item if you wanted to, like an Essence, Shell, or even Power Cuffs. Then for the ability, we're running Power Jaw, which will increase the strength of our biting moves by 50%, but it will also make them cost 10% more energy. And then finally for the moves, we're running Vicious Snap as our strongest stab move, Venom Chomp as our coverage option, Bulk Up will let us set up to deal even more damage, and Provoke will prevent the opponent from using any support moves, which will let us set up a little bit easier. Now, offensively, Water and Toxic is the best we're gonna get on Garlash, but if you did want to look at any other options, you have got things like Vice Jaws, Mega Chomp, Chili Chomp, Primal Slash, or even Clay Slap. Okay then, hopping into the next battle, and dang, Garlash can hit quite a lot of these Loomians, although there is one small issue. Because this one has Provoke and not Vice Jaws, we actually can't hit a few Loomians, and one of those is actually going to be Sponge, Dokomori, and of course, this person has it. So, first up, let's send out Ragoon. All of their abilities are actually really good to steal, and if I get to steal Sponge from Dokomori right about now, I'm gonna take it! Come on, give me Sponge. If they give me Sponge, Garlash goes nuts. Okay, they stayed in. It's Spine Break. Honestly, that's also a pretty good ability to get. That means if my Ragoon gets hit now with a contact move, I get to set up Poison Barb. So hey, honestly, not a bad trade. It's probably not worth going for Icicle Traps. Obviously going for Icicle Traps would be nice for the Dokomori if it switches out. But they have got Infernix and they probably brought it. Because I got the -1 melee defense on Dokomori, might as well just hit it again. Might as well do some pretty good damage. It Ace Milkshake? Hey, that's completely fine. What do they do here? Just Baffle? Yeah, that's completely fine. My Ragoon now has Spine Break, and I still have my Clutch Plushie. Pretty good trade there. Okay, Lego Phage Knot. Could potentially have Teardown. I want to say this might actually be offensive Phage Knots. I'm going to go Eliguana. I'm going to try and remove these entry hazards. I'm trying to actually think about their team. I don't think I saw any air types. Flash and Flee, unfortunately I'm not using Prismatic. Eliguana, I'm using Lightning Rod. But that's fine. Okay, Lego into Servalin. Yeah, that's really not good for me. I have got Eurosnack and I think I need to go into it. It's a good job I gave it heavy armor, I guess, because my Garlash wanted the health amulet. So hey, I get a tank. Servalin hits a lot better. The poison obviously kind of sucks low. Esco Trap is fine, Stampede does a decent amount of damage. And yeah, here I think we just want to go for Baffle, right? Oh no! I'm trying to think. Does Baffle work against Staunch? I don't think it does it? So I actually might want to go for like Heartbreak and do some damage? Maybe Slap Down to remove a held item. That might be the play. This could be like a Specialty Glove Servalon. It probably would be a good idea to get rid of it. Okay, they go for the withdrawal into Lushen. That is completely fine. Removing Lushen's held item is also pretty freaking good. Do I have a good switch into Lushen low? Obviously I could go Garlash, but I don't really want to lose my held item, and I don't want to switch into a Timber Fresh. So, let's predict Slapdown maybe, go Ragoon, try and get Poison Barbs on their side of the field? Oh, I'll take that, man. Thank you very much. Lushen can get rid of Poison Barbs. I guess here I could actually go for Icicle Traps or Barbs just to get some more damage on things, I guess. That wouldn't be a bad idea, in my mind. Okay, they actually stay in. I'm a little bit surprised about that. Not gonna lie, they go for a Sap Plant. That's fine. Lushen is practically on full health anyway, so I don't care. Also, just thinking about it, isn't this team like semi-stall, basically? One of their Loomians probably has Mysterious Dust, so they could potentially get rid of the Poison Barbs and get rid of the poison on whoever gets Poison Barbs. I'm just gonna go for Icicle Traps here. It looks like they're just letting my Ragoon slowly but surely go down to Poison and Sap Plant now. But hey, I have a bunch of entry hazards stacked up now. So this is basically like deterring the Lushen from switching back in and the Dokomori unless they want to sacrifice it until they can get rid of them. Here, I mean, I guess we could save the Ragoon. I don't think it's really worth it. I'm just going to go for Barbs. I'm full hazard stacking, like full hazard stacking. There's Dokomori. Oh, actually, Dokomori is part poison type. I completely blanked on that. It can just absorb my Poison Barbs. I don't know how I forgot about that. I really don't know how I forgot about that. I could not tell you. But that's fine. We can go Eliguana here and throw off a Mudslide. Yeah, I actually can't believe I forgot about that. That is crazy. I literally said it deters Dokomori from switching in, and I forgot it's a toxic type. How did I forget? But there's a Mudslide. Dokomori is now completely one-shot to any move I throw its way. I would assume just Icicle Trap? Nope, Earthquake. Probably gonna lose Eliguana, which, yeah, obviously sucks. Now I just got to prevent them from going for more entry hazards. So if I get, like, Garlash on the fields, I mean, that's looking pretty good, right? We can go for Vicious Snap here just to KO the Doku. Nice. I'll take it. Critical hit. Wasn't necessary. Really wasn't. We're going to get a lot of hazard damage on whatever switches in next. If it's Phage Knot, I don't know if I want to take the gamble on Phage Knot. Servalon switches in low. I am very scared about Servalon. I think we have to go your snack, right? But hey, entry hazards are gone, so I just get a free tank. It doesn't disappear immediately. Adaptive Assault. Okay. I kind of want to switch back into Garlash here, to be honest. I don't know if Servalon's going to stay in. I really want to. I guess I could just click Baffle then. They do go for withdrawal, so I get a free Baffle. Luminami. That can't get rid of entry hazards either, so we're still completely fine. Luminami we can't provoke. The only Loomian I'm, like, realistically trying to provoke is, like, Infernix, maybe Lashent. I haven't seen Infernix yet, though, and I feel like they probably would have gone into it now if they had it. So, let me think about their team again. I've probably seen all of them, I'm just blanking. Dokomori, Servalon, Luminami, Phage Knot. Oh, Lashen, we have seen all of them. They don't have Infernix. Their only Loomian to get rid of Entry Hazardland is most likely Phage Knots, I think. So let's go for Venom Chomp. Late stay in, they're most likely going to go for Flash and Flee. Pretty decent damage, I'll take it. And we get the poison on Luminami, that is huge. And I get a flinch, baby! That's what we love to see! We love to see that. Venom Chomp again, then. We hit Luminami super effective, we hit Lashent super effective. Servalan can't take 2 of them, so it's going to be pretty risky. And then if it's constantly switching in on the entry hazards, taking too much damage, their only like somewhat safe swap in here is Phage Knots. That is quite literally it. And there's Phage Knots. Okay. I have to take a gamble here now. Is the Phage Knots offensive or is it defensive? If it's defense... Wait. I don't need to gamble. I do need to gamble. I don't have Eligwana alive anymore. And both my offensive Lumens are weak to electric. For some reason I thought I had Cedric. Where's my Cedric gone? Where's my Cedric? Oh no. I think we just have to click Vicious Snap. They go for Joel. I live! I live! Okay. Yeah. As soon as I hit the Phage Knot and it didn't trigger its normal ability, the one that replaces your ability with that ability, I forgot what it's called. It has to be... It quite literally has to be offensive. What's the normal ability called again? Oh, I didn't need to look it up. I just remembered it. It's Malware. Yeah. Okay, well, Garlash has basically done his job, but we can obviously save it, because if Servalan goes down, I just Unga Bunga Venom Slash into their last 2 Loomians. Unfortunately, we didn't really get a click Provoke, but that's fine. And I don't think I've actually shown it off yet either. I was mostly looking for the Infernix, because Infernix could get rid of entry hazards, could Raging Flamers, could Dissipate. That would be like one of the best Provoke Loomies I could hit. Let's go Stratosaur here. We're going to make a hard prediction. I'm expecting Lashent to switch in here now. Oh, they didn't go Lashent. That is... Oh no, they did! I outspeed... How did I outspeed? Huh? Is it like a really bulky Servalan one, maybe? Because switching out, my Stratosaur switched out first, which means my Stratosaur is faster without Soul Bursting, which is really strange. This is scary. I'm gonna click Provoke. If they click Slap Down Low, this is bad. Okay, I think they clicked Rejuvenate. That is great, though, because we've already seen Sap Plant. We know they have Briar Block, I'm pretty sure. And they most likely have Rejuvenate. So, yeah. That is great. Now we click Venom Chomp. So, hey, we actually did get use out of Provoke. We still might lose this battle, though. Garlash goes down, but that's fine. Lashent is practically in range of just any move now. If it switches out, it dies on entry. The Luminami is fairly weak and poisoned. It is just Servalan. Can I live a hit from Servalan? And if I outspeed Servalan, I don't need to Soul Burst on it. Which is kind of crazy. Actually is crazy. Okay, I'm just going to go for Metal Blast here. Let it go into Luminami, that's fine. Should have clicked Magnify there, unfortunately. How much do we do? Oh, critical hit. Okay, that is actually really good. That is really, really good. I'm assuming Lashent's going to switch back in now to Petrify me. No Servalan switching in. It is going to hit a lot harder. We outspeed it. I stay normal form, don't I? I'm gonna click Metal Blast and not Soul Bursts. Adaptive Assault. I tank it. Metal Blast, okay, Servalan goes down, and I think Lashen just goes down by switching in. Oh, that was a tough battle. But hey, the Stall Breaker Garlash kind of worked, even though we didn't like super Stall Break. I guess we kind of did. I stopped the Lashen from doing whatever it was going to do, which I think won us the game. I needed to prevent it from healing, and I used Venom Chomp to get it low enough so base Stratosaur can knock it out without setting up. So yeah, that went pretty well. I think it could have gone better though, like I said, if they had an Infernix. I could have just used that to set up immensely. And finally, let's go over the Specialty Boots Garlash sets. We're running 200 speed TPs with a nimble personality to be as fast as possible, while the 200 melee attack TPs and brawny personality is going to let us hit as hard as possible. The 28 energy TPs at level 50 will get us to 253 energy, which will let us use 1 Barter, 3 Vicious Snaps, 1 Venom Chomp, and 1 Vice Jaws. And then the 72 health TPs are leftovers. For the held item, we're going to be using Specialty Boots to make us even faster. Then for the ability, we're running Power Jaw, which will increase the strength of our biting moves by 50%, but it will also make them cost 10% more energy. And then finally for the moves, we're running Vicious Snap as our strongest stab move, Venom Chomp and Vice Jaws are going to be our coverage options, and Barter will let us trade items of the opponent, which can be great to render a tanky Loomian that wants to spam a lot of support moves useless. Although there are some other options like Mega Chomp, Chili Chomp, Primal Slash, or even Clay Slap. Okay, and lastly, let's use our fastest Garlash, and once again, dang, I can hit a lot of these Loomians for super effective damage, or just really hard in general. Okay, thinking about their team, I'm pretty sure only Tyrex can get rid of entry hazards, so once I get entry hazards up, it might be pretty easy to keep them on the field. Anyway, that is a Kanibo. I'm going to gladly take the ambush ability, you know? Why would I not take that? So, next up, thinking about their Loomians, they have a lot of potential boot users, and Kanibo might actually be a boot user or a glove user. I'm gonna go for Icicle Trap. They don't have the fire type. Also, this is gonna hit the Terra Claw pretty hard if they have it. They go for Wave Wrecker. That is enough to two-shot me. I have got my Ursnack, so honestly, we can save the Ragoon. Ambush is a pretty good ability. I don't need to get too greedy. Let's just leave it with Icicle Traps for now. And of course, getting rid of Kanibo's Ambush means my Ursnack gets to switch into it a lot easier. That's still doing a pretty good amount of damage load. That actually might be Gloves. I'm just gonna go for Baffle, they switch out into Foreman. That actually is immune to Icicle Traps, that is a little unfortunate. Hero, honestly, what's stopping us from going into Garlash? I could just click Vice Jaws, nuke the Foreman. I could also just click Vicious Snap, I guess I don't need to click Vice Jaws, but I'm going to click Vice Jaws for the most amount of damage on this. Okay, they go for the withdraw into Terra Claw. Good. I don't need to reveal then right now. I am Boots. If they switched into like Tyrex here or maybe Kanibo, they should expect me to go for Vicious Snap or Venom Chomp. But because it's Terra Claw, I don't need to do that. I can just go back into Ursnack here. Also, yeah, I'm heavily relying on Ursnack switching into a lot of these Loomians. Hopefully they don't have an air-type move. Parasitize, love to see it. I could actually stay in here and try and 1v1 the Terra Claw, but I think baffling into Stratosaur makes more sense. Okay, they just go for Baneful. Could have switched into Stratosaur, and that probably would have been the better play, to be honest, not gonna lie. Because that way, my Ursnack wouldn't have been poisoned, but that's fine. Let's get Stratosaur in here then, and start throwing off big, juicy moves. We might as well Soul Burst. It's not like I really need the normal ability for anything outside of Baneful Bash from Terraclaw. Okay, let's go for the withdraw. I'm assuming Tyrex here. No, Zulong, that is completely fine. I'm gonna get my Soul Burst up, we're gonna hit the Zulong for a little bit, and he took a little bit of damage from Icicle Trap, so yeah, this is great. And after this, we just switch into Eliguana. But hey, how much damage am I gonna get? Okay, I'm listening, Stratosaur. That was a pretty good critical hit, man. Maybe one of the few critical hits that are actually worth getting. I know the critical hit when the Loomian is already one-shot. But yeah, this is just Eliguana. They go for Zip Zap. Probably should have gone for Ancient Raw. They probably just saw Unga Bunga. Quad effective move. Here low, I'm Flash and Fleeing. Zulong isn't staying in. They have got a potential Tyrex, so we can't go for Zip Zap. I need to click Flash and Flee, and they don't have a Plant type, so we're completely safe. We can get Garlash in here. This is basically just going to threaten a lot of Loomians. I'm going to click Vicious Snap. And if we're lucky, we might actually see the Zulong switch in. Perhaps? Maybe? If it is the Zulong, I'm staying in. I'm going to try and hit it. Never mind. It's their Garlash, so that means I actually need to switch. I guess actually having normal Stratosaur would have been pretty useful for the Garlash's Venom Chomp, but I have got Euro Snap. The main issue is Poison and Venom Chomp twice is going to do a lot of damage. But I don't really have any other good options, so I kinda guess we have to do it. How much do I actually take low? Oh, it's actually Vicious Snap. Okay, sure. Also, didn't actually do as much damage as I thought it would do. Dang. Okay, completely fine. Let's go for Baffle then. I don't think they're gonna stay in. It is Foreman. How's it going, man? How you doing? Could I in theory go Ragoon? I think I can, right? Yeah. Yeah? I think I can. And I'm just gonna click Naligash. Damn, they actually stayed in. I went for Frost Beam. I do live low, so hey, I actually get to hit them. Because if they outsped me, that's completely fine. I lowered their range attack stat by 1 stage, so there's a pretty good chance I lived, which I did. The Frostbite does suck low. But I was kind of hoping they were very smart, which in that case, I would just outspeed them, force them to switch, and I get my ambush boosts. But that's fine. Honestly, Ragoon did a pretty good job. Just the fact that we got rid of Foreman is honestly great. I did just figure this name for a second. Here, this is easy Venom Chomp. Even if Kanibo is Boots, which I'm assuming it is, don't care. I'm also Boots. So it's looking like I don't really need to click Batcher. If we think about it, they have a Zulong. Don't really want to give that thing Boots. They have a Garlash. Don't really want to give their Garlash Boots. That would actually be even worse. Oh, they go Zulong. I actually have already done this speeds matchup, and we should actually outspeed it. Okay, as long as this wasn't the boot user, but I'm assuming the Kaniba was. Zulong is most likely running Goggles, and because the Garlash did so little damage to my Eurosnack, I think it is an Essence or Clutch Plushie. I'm clicking Venom Chomplo. Oh no! This is the boot user! Okay. Okay, good to know. So that means their Kaniba was Gloveslen. Also, dang, I guess my Garlash is just better. I got the poison. Okay, I lost the third speed tie. First, I think I said third. It's 6 AM, my sleep schedule is ruined. Surely, low, I win the second speed tie. Come on, Garlash, what the heck? Yeah, unfortunately we couldn't really click Batcher, but they had really really offensive Loomians. Like, yeah, Terraclaw is tanky, but giving that thing's boots is scary. It's going to be super tanky, can hit fairly hard, and if I give it boots, it's going to be fast. Not really a good combo, so yeah. Not exactly the best Barter showcase, but that's completely fine. I outsped all of their team, I just really didn't need to. Like, if they had a lot of bulky Loomians, like say for example, if they had a Bar Blast, hitting that with specialty boots would have been pretty good, because it can't go for Rejuvenate anymore, for example, or at least it's trapped into it if it does do so.